Hello and welcome to my new mod, Fishing Made Better. It's a mod that introduces a new fishing mechanism which is really fun and a bit realistic as well as pretty challenging. Um, Alongside the new fishing mechanism, this mod also adds a couple of other things, one of which is a fish ecosystem. I will go in detail on all the features in this mod, um, but basically, a fish ecosystem works in a way where every chunk there's a number of fish that gets generated, which is not an entity, it's just a count. You cannot actually see the fishes, otherwise that would pretty much kill your Minecraft client due to the performance. So each chunk, based on the fish's behavior and the places it likes to live and the food it likes to eat and the rarity of it, and it takes in account a lot of data, and it sets a population in a chunk, which means that you can technically overfish a certain area. However, after a while, a fish will repopulate, you know, like a fish migrating towards, new areas. So, but that happens really slowly. So, rare fishes, fishes that reproduces really slowly, have more chance of being overfished. So fishes, have data such as their reproduction rate, how frequently they eat, and based on their weight, they'll probably have to have more food available. And you can even put the fish that you catch in a bucket. You have to make sure you have to do it fast, otherwise the fish will die. And then put it on your own hatchery, and then feed them and reproduce them to gather resources. Now the cool thing about this mod that it's not fully realistic. I want it to be more fun than realistic. So when you catch a fish, you can scale it to get resources. I mean, you can also slice it and eat it, but you can also scale it to get resources. Now, in this version, I've made it so that by default now, vanilla should already have a preset of 4 fishes: cod, clownfish, pufferfish, and salmon. And all those 4 fishes have different behaviors and different routine physical attributes and whatnot. But this mod supports any other food or fish mod. I just have to add their stats. You can actually do that in the config file, which I'll explain later. So basically it can be in any mod pack and it should work fine. It uses its own fishing rod, and yeah, pretty much. So let's start by explaining how the new fishing mechanism works. So first, you need to craft a fishing rod that is part of this mod pack. So if you do Fishing Made Better, there are 3 fishing rod, each with their own attributes. So there's a basic fishing rod, which has a reel length of normal, which is, you can only do so much distance with that reel. And then there's also tugging amount, which the lower that number, the easier it is for you to fish, because if the number is higher, that means larger fishes can tug a lot on the line, and I'll explain why that is bad. And then there's also drag speed, which is useful if you have high drag speed. That means you can cover the distance between you and the fish faster. And then there's also bait. You can attach bait to the fishes. Certain fishes have different bait, and if you put a bait it attracts a specific fish you want to catch, and it also keeps the fish on the hook longer. Then there's a normal fishing rod, which is the same as the basic fishing rod, but it tugs less and it has a better drag speed. So it's more heavier, so it can pull heavier. So, but I wouldn't advise using basic fishing rod to catch like big fish like salmon. Definitely not. Or even quick fishes. Because, you know, if you're too long trying to reel in the fish, it will escape. Especially if a fish is really intelligent. Where, you know, in this mod there are fishes that are more intelligent than others. And an intelligent fish can escape faster. And then we have the diamond fishing rod, which can reel really long, so you can do long distance reeling, and it has a really low tugging amount, which is good, which means that you can easily balance your line, and it has a really high drag speed. So first things first, I'm gonna make myself a basic fishing rod using JI, which is like stick, iron ingot, and string, like this. Now I could attach a bait, but you know, let's just try to see what we can catch. Now there are certain gadgets that you can use to improve fishing and to know what fishes are in what area, which I will show you in a bit. But first, currently I've added 4 vanilla fishes, and they're all apparently saltwater fishes, but in the future I'll add fishes from other mods, or even you can add it. I'll explain the configuration for that later on this video. Alright, so as you can see, there are a lot of squids on this area, so I think this is a good environment for fishes. So I'm just gonna cast my rod. That kind of sounded bad, but yeah. And let's hope if something bites. Now you will see a UI whenever fish bites the hook. Now since I'm not using a bait, it will be slower to have a bite. But I think I should get bites from really dumb fishes. You know, like most likely cods. And you'll see a UI for the line itself. And you have to balance that line. So as you can see, so there's a lot going on, and I'm not gonna touch my keyboard right now. So the first thing is the reeling HUD that you see on the top, which is like the bar. So if you put it in the middle, that's like the perfect line. So you will try to get it as center as possible, that line. If you press Z, that line moves left. If you press X, that line moves right. And you will hear sound when you do that. When the sound goes higher pitch, it means you're getting close. You could also see the HUD. As you can see, I lost the fish, but I'll probably get more, because cod fishes are really abundant in every saltwater environment. And you also notice that there's a distance. Certain fishes like to live in different depth. So this fish happened to live in 19 depth, which makes me think that it could probably not be a codfish. I'm not aware if they live in such a deep level. But yeah. So this time I'll press X. So X is moving the bar to the right, which is reeling out. And you can see the sound getting higher pitch when I'm getting closer to the middle. But if I go too far, you'll see the sound pitch getting lower again, and I'm going out, and I press Z now to go to the left side. Now when I'm on the middle, you can see the distance getting reduced. Now based on the drag speed of the fishing rod, the distance will be reduced faster. And you also see the tugging. So when you see the line move, that's the number of tugging. Heavier fishes can tug more. I'm just gonna clear the weather, I just don't like rain. So that's why you want to have like a really tough big fishing rod when it comes to catching heavier fishes, otherwise the tugging will go crazy. and you don't want that. It's gonna be really hard to catch. I mean, you could possibly catch a salmon if you're like really good, but I personally haven't with a basic fishing rod. You can of course change all this configuration, which I'll show you how, but right now, okay, this is a deep water fish, probably a puffer fish, so I'll try to keep it in the middle and you'll see the number being reduced. Just stay there. Now certain fishes have to be really precise with the line. It depends on the intelligence of the fish. This fish is pretty intelligent. Doesn't want to come close to me. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to catch this. No way. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling. Yep. Alright. Maybe I have to selectively catch a fish. So, what I want to catch is caught fishes with a basic fishing rod. Because those fishes are easier to catch. So what I'm going to do is have a red mushroom, which is what cods like to eat in this mod. I mean, you can always change the bait and everything in the config. That's just how I have it. You can add any other mod items or whatever items you want as the bait. Heck, you can even put a plank in the bait, but that's not gonna work because the config file says to use red mushroom to attract caught fishes. So I used a red mushroom, as you can see, bait mushroom. I'll try again. So anytime the fish bites the hook, you can configure it, by the way. It eats your bait. So you'll have to be really good. Otherwise you're gonna waste a lot of resources and catching the fish wouldn't be worth it. Come on, let's do this. Let's hope, because cods should be the easiest to catch, unless this area doesn't have any cods. I mean, trust me, I didn't overfish anything. Why are cod fishes so deep in this area? Don't really understand it. I just want to catch a fish, please. Sorry for my keyboard noises. Just trying to maintain this. It's fun, but it's a bit challenging. But it's really worth it, especially when you get the scales and when you can get your own private fish hatchery that you can, you know, create a bunch of fishes and, you know, get resources from there. You know, I mean, in Minecraft you can get resources out of anywhere except for fishes, but now that has changed. Okay, come on. If this gets too hard, I might have to reduce the difficulty or change the config. Yeah, you can edit config in real time, which I might have to do. Oh, I made this way too hard. Yes. I think it's humanly impossible. Either I have to lower their intelligence or I have to lower their depth. I'll probably just lower their intelligence a little bit so they can't escape this fast. Alright, so I just added the config file, so I'm just going to do fishing reload. There you go, that's how easy it is. So you can edit the file, which is in JSON format, and then just do /fishing space reload. And it reloads with the new data. So let's hope the fishes are faster now, because I really want to catch one. Well, it just should allow me more time, because I just lowered the intelligence a little bit. I still gotta play around with the balance, If you guys have any suggestion, please let me know. Alright, there you go. Oh, this fish is so fatter. Yeah, this gotta be a cod. Should probably just try to get pufferfish, honestly. But there's a reason why I want to get a cod, which I'll explain in a second. Come on. Oh. It's not easy. Okay, there you go. I almost lost the line there. Come on. Alright, you got this, right? No, I'm losing it. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Whenever it goes 0, I can right click to catch it. 0. Oh. Okay. So as you can see, as soon as it hit 0, I caught it. Like, so when the distance is 0, which means the fish is right to you, you can just press right click again and boom, you catch. Oh, it's a salmon. No wonder. It has died already. Fishes actually stay alive after some time. So if you had like a fish bucket, you could probably catch it. No wonder it was so hard. It was a salmon. Wait, is red mushroom attracting salmon? Yeah, as you can see, I lost the bait long time ago. Oh, that's probably why. That's probably why I got salmon there. Yeah, sometimes even intelligent fish can be dumb. And this is actually, yeah, it's actually good size, 49 pounds. Not bad. No rain. I caught salmons that were like 60 pounds sometimes. Those were good. But I think, yeah, let's try to catch another one. I just want to catch a cod, which is like the most simplest fish. There you go. Okay, this is probably another salmon. I'm on salmon zone, aren't I? Yep, this is definitely, nope, I'm not catching another salmon. I'm gonna lose my fishing rod. I lost my bait again. Perfect. So when you get into a situation, you know it's time to craft yourself a fish tracker, if you noticed it before. So let's craft it. It's basically iron ingot with any fish. Probably just gonna use the salmon. Although I really don't want to waste it, but just want to know what fishes are in that area. Alright, let's see what fishes are in this area. So don't try to move or it will mess up your accuracy. So as you can see, well, there's only one type of fish in this area. Found a huge silvery body fish with some dark crosses and spots on the head, body and fins, with weight ranging from 45 to 60 in small quantity. Yep, that's definitely a salmon zone, which is why it was so hard to catch fish there. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of fishes we can find here. There's a lot of salmons in this area. Not sure why there's so many salmons. Alright, welcome back. So, after traveling quite a lot, almost 100,000 blocks away, I managed to come up in an interesting area full of coral reefs and such. And then I looked at the fishing tracker and I happened to find well, a lot of fishes and a lot of different species of fishes in here. If you see, found a relatively large yellowish and stout bodied fish with a large head and a long chin, barbel with weight ranging from 20 to 25 in medium quantity, which is pretty good. You only have problem overfishing in like tiny or even rare quantity. So don't try to, if you fish, don't kill it. Put it on a fish bucket if it's like rare quantity or something, or just help it feed it, which I'll explain how you can do that. So this is basically the what is it called, the pufferfish, and this is salmon, and found a large brown tadpole with bulging eyes and an elongated snout. Whew, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what that fish is. We'll find out. So I'll cast the net without any bait. And let's see what we get. Alright. Seems like nothing wants. Oh, there you go. Oh, this is an easy fish to catch. And boom. Okay. It's fast. Yep, it's a pufferfish. Oh, it's alive. But I don't have a fish bucket. And it's dead. Okay. It's a weight of 20. So let me catch a... Let's actually put a bait on it. Since I know there's codfishes here, let's put a bait. Pufferfish likes, I believe, ink sac. Okay, this could be a cod. Alright, come on. Yep, this is a codfish. Still alive. Well, I don't really care. Yeah, I'll probably add a feature where you can rock it. You can put it on a rock to kill it out of his misery or something. Because this is kind of inhumane. So, alright. Okay, so now I have a raw fish. I think that's about it for me trying to catch fishes. So I'll go back here. Yeah, it was... that was strange. Yeah. Okay, so I will make some stuff now. Well, I will make a fish scale remover, and I'll make a knife. So scale remover removes the scale, and we can get resources from it. So if we remove the scale of raw fishes based on the weight, we can get slime ball. Now you can see the scale is detached from its body. And we got slime ball. Now if we were to scale a pufferfish, we would get arrows. And I kind of like this. I mean, it's not realistic, but I enjoyed it. Adds depth. It adds a reward factor to catching the fish, which I think it's necessary. I could also, like, try to slice it. It gives me 20 pieces. Or if I go back to my config, which is fishing made better. So if I turn on custom slice this, which I don't really like, but you can get fish slices instead. Raw fish slice. Yeah, raw pufferfish slice, because it's called a raw fish. Yeah, probably have to fix that, but normally you should probably just stay on custom fishing slice. Turn it off if you want like the best compatibility with every other mods. And you can see there's a lot of other configuration, and these are all for time. So bait box update interval is just how fast the fish, finds your bait box, which is a box. So if you weren't to not have a fish tracker, you could use a bait box to find out a population by putting the fish's favorite food and seeing if they eat it and how many you lost, which signifies their population. Or you could use the bait box as a means to feed them. It's up to you. Fish bucket, on the other hand, allows you to put fish on a bucket and you can transport it in other waters. This is useful if you want to build a fish hatchery, which I'll show in a second. Fish regeneration time, it just shows like if a fish species, if all the fishes in a chunk is overfished, then after this time it will try to fill it up again. And reproduction time, it just shows like how fast fishes will reproduce, but it's still based on the fish species as well, which I'll explain, which I'll show later, that each fish have different speed of reproduction. There's also lose bait, which I told you, the option to lose the bait every time a fish bites to the hook. There's a magnetic fishing, which automatically drops the fish towards your inventory. And this is just a random population factor, so if you want even lesser fish, you can drop this number. It just depends on your playing style. And this is like so if you set this to true, you can actually hold instead of tapping the reeling button. And this is like the position of the HUD, and if you want to show the HUD. And this is the tracking time. As you can see, like it takes 8 seconds for me to track the fishes. You can reduce it if you're impatient. And this right here is the most important thing. So if you saw when the distance went 0, it didn't matter where the line was. I could always right click to get the fish. So if you set this to true, however, it would mean that after the fish's distance is 0, I still have to get the perfect line, which is in the middle, to catch the fish, which is even more added difficulty. So if you want even more difficulty in fishing, you could set this to true. Alright, so now I got some fish scaled, and I really don't want to slice those fishes yet. What I want to do is make a bait box, so I need lapis for that, which is dye, I believe, yeah. So then I just did. Why is it not showing me the recipe for the bait box? I'm not exactly sure why it's not showing me the recipe of the bait box, but it should be glass. Nope, no. What is it? I think. Oh, actually, it could be. I think it's this. Is it like a lapis block? Let's see. Cause I remember. Yeah, I'll have to fix the recipe for this. Sorry about that. So right now I'm just gonna spawn one in. Why is the weather constantly wants to rain? Who knows? So what I'm gonna do is just put the bait box here, and actually just feed the fish. So I want to feed all the fish, not all my bait. So I'll use like this. I'll just put it in here, and as you can see, there's 32, 32, and 31. So after a while they'll start eating it, and you can kind of estimate what kind of fish they are and how many of them are there. It also keeps the fish, not hungry, so they will reproduce more, which is also a good thing. So what I should do now is make a fish bucket, actually make a better fishing rod. So let me go out of cheat mode. To make a fishing bucket, for some reason, you don't do this. You just need a normal water bucket, and then you just need to put a fish that is alive on there, so a dead fish won't work, as you can see there. Right, let's make a better fishing rod. I'm just gonna skip iron fishing rod and just gonna make myself a diamond fishing rod, and I'm gonna also make a diamond tracker. So about the tracker item, I didn't explain. So different tracker items can track different kinds of fish. The diamond tracker item can track fishes that are really deep and that are really rare, whereas a normal fishing tracker can only track shallow fishes that are abundant, and golden fish tracker is like the medium between those two. So I got probably all the best equipment. Now let's try to catch a fish and put them in a bucket. Alright, let's cast. Kinda excited now. Yeah, any issues you see, it's most likely fixed by the time you get the mod. It's just some couple of bugs I gotta squash. And I'll also be adding more fishes from all the different mods that has fishes. I'll add them, and and you can even add them in the configuration, which I'll explain soon once I'm done explaining how this mod works. Alright, let's catch, let's say, puffer fish again, and then quickly put them in a bucket. Come on. Why are you not working? Alright, I'm back again. So apparently I just had to restart my Minecraft. Something was wrong with my Minecraft. I don't really know why. I guess I was messing with the configuration too much. I might have accidentally turned off, because when you do deactivate the auto or fish bucket, you actually have to restart your client to see the changes. So I probably turned it off and didn't restart my client, which I just did now. So that should fix the fish bucket issue. And I've also checked the bait box recipe, and it's different. So yeah. Alright, there you go. Got myself a puffer fish and put it in a bucket. Got an empty bucket. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to send you an empty bucket, which I'll fix. Might have accidentally added that. But the best thing is, you could go to any pond, or create your own pond. Like, let's do this. Let's get a water bucket, go to creative. Let's get a flat area going. Now, depending on the fish size, you might need a bigger pond. Let's see if this pond is enough to catch the fish, to drop this fish. Might need the bigger fish. This fish is too big for this water. Yep. So you have to increase the area. Should be fine. Let's make it more deeper. Alright. Alright. Let's see if we can place the fish now. Ooh, it's probably a really big fish. Alright, let's make it even bigger. Alright. It's hard to make an aquarium full of big fishes. Give some room here. Okay, this should be big enough, I think. Oh, it's raining again. What are the chances? Why is this water like this? Alright, let's hope it works now. There you go. So I just dropped the fish. Now if I look up the tracker, yep, it's storming again. And there is my fish. Yeah, I think, yeah. The problem is I accidentally had this water flowing with this water, so now the water from the ocean got in there. So you might want to move up and then create a hatchery if you want specific fishes, because otherwise you might lose population if one fish eats another. And yeah, that's all I want to show you mod wise. There's other things you can do, you can figure those out, but these are like the main features of this mod. It's a pretty long video full of, you know, weird issues which are fixed. Actually, let me see if I can make the bait box again. Why can I not see the recipe? Oh, because it needs items from another mod, I think. In that case, I will have to change the recipe, which I will do. It should be fixed by the time you get it. But yeah. So before I end this video, I'll show you how the configurations work. So see you there.